this is Andrew, and we're going to be reading I Can Read about trees and plants. This is written by Elizabeth Warren. A tulip is a plant, and so is a tomato on a vine. Some plants are small, some plants are large. A tree is a plant. It is the biggest plant that grows. Like most plants, trees grow from seeds. This oak tree grew from a seed. It sprouted from a shiny, brown-capped acorn. Maybe a hungry squirrel buried the acorn. When winter came, he forgot to dig it up. All winter long, it lay asleep beneath the cold, hard ground. Then spring arrived. Sunshine and rain warmed the earth and softened the acorn. When daffodils covered the hills and butterflies danced among the apple blossoms, the acorn cracked. Then a tiny white root appeared. This was the taproot. It grew down, down into the deep earth. The root held the young plant firmly in the ground so it could not tip over. It carried food and water to the hungry seedling. Soon a tiny green stem peeped out. It grew up, 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 looking for the sun. The little stem had two small leaves. It was only a few inches high. It needed warmth and light to grow, so each day it pushed up a little bit more. Each day it reached up for the sun. When the little tree started to grow branches, the taproot sent out new roots. Many roots are needed to feed a growing tree. Some roots are as thick as an elephant's leg, others as fine as the hairs on your head. The roots work day and night, for a giant oak can use gallons and gallons of water on a single summer day. Each year, the little tree grew taller. Its trunk grew thicker, its branches spread out and up, and made a green and leafy umbrella. Soon children came to rest in its cool shade. Squirrels gathered its acorns and made a nest in its branches. Insects ate some of its leaves, and birds ate some of the insects. It was a home for spiders and beetles. It was a home for robins and sparrows. And caterpillars came to spin their cocoons, and carpenter ants dug a hole in a dry old limb. A family of chipmunks slept beneath the ground and under layers of fallen leaves. Bees and wasps and worms found a home. Every autumn or fall, when the days grew short and there was less sunlight, the tree stopped growing. It was time to go to sleep for the winter. Now the heavy trunk had to store enough water to last through the long, cold months ahead. The temperatures would drop soon and the roots would no longer be able to draw water from the ground. If the leaves stayed on the tree, they would need water. So the tree had to shed its leaves. Before they fell, they changed color to show that their work was done. The green oak leaves turned red and brown. Nearby maples turned yellow and scarlet. Hickory leaves became golden. It was October and the woods were beautiful. Color was everywhere. Then one by one the leaves fell. They covered the earth like a blanket. All winter the tree looked dead. But it was not dead. Under the bark, the tree was alive. The following year, when the ground thawed and warm spring rains brought fresh water, the tree woke up from its winter sleep and new leaves began to grow. Not all trees lose their leaves in the fall, however. Some trees are always green. We call them evergreens. Pines, spruces, firs, and hemlocks are evergreens, which you may have seen. These trees grow their seeds in cones. The cones protect the seeds while they ripen. The wooden scales are closed tightly at first. Then they open and the ripe seeds fall. They're scattered by the wind. Each kind of tree has a special way of scattering its seeds. Linden seeds hang at the end of a narrow stem. At the other end, a long wing, carried by the wind, sails through the air like a tiny glider. An ash seed travels on one wing that twirls around in the breeze like a small propeller. When maple seeds stick together, they fly through the sky on two stiff wings that help to carry the load. Some seeds float to earth on fluffy white parachutes. Others, like peach and apple seeds, drop to the ground inside ripened fruit. Animals and people need plants to live. Without plants, there would be no fruits or vegetables. Without plants, there would be no grain to make bread. Without plants, there'd be no ice cream, for cows feed on plants. A hungry cow cannot make milk and cream. Imagine a world without mashed potatoes and meat, without cotton and paper, without wood and chocolate and cola, or perfume and leather. Imagine a world without honey and maple syrup. Without plants, they'd all be gone. Plants and trees also protect the soil. They keep it from washing away. They keep it from blowing away, too. When green leaves breathe, they send fresh oxygen into the air. People, animals, birds, and insects need oxygen to live. Even fish in the ocean need oxygen. Without green plants, the fish would die. We all need plants. We all need trees. Plants and trees make our world beautiful.